Welcome back to our channel, and today I'll give you some recommendations for the best action anime in 2020, with lots of epic battles as the characteristic of the action anime itself. Well, here is the list of top 10 action anime that you shouldn't miss out in 2020. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest video. So let's get started. Number 10. Sugu Sugumomo. In this series, this anime tells myth and culture of Japanese ghost called Tsukumogami. What is Tsukumogami? It's defined as the belief of Japanese citizens about the existence of a spirit that resides in every object used by humans. It can be plates, glasses, and so on. The story centers on Kazuya Kagami, who always carries the obi, which is the belt to tie kimono left by his mother. Long story short, for some reason, Kazuya was attacked by a demon while he's at school. All of a sudden, his mother's legacy came out and saved Kazuya. Unexpectedly, the obi turned into a beautiful girl which surprised Kazuya. From here, the meeting of Kazuya and Kiriha, the ghost spirit from Obi, begins. Next, number 9. Princess Connect Redive. In the 9th position, there is an action comedy anime titled Princess Connect Redive. Adapted from a Japanese game released in 2018 for smartphone devices, both in Android and iOS. In 2020, as a sequel, this game finally gets an anime adaptation, starring from a man named Yuki who was resurrected back to the human world. But in his awakening, he experienced amnesia. In his adventures, he was guided by Kokoro and met other adventurers in helping his mission. Not only displays epic battle scenes against monsters, but this anime also adds comedy elements to it. Number 8. Dorohedoro. It tells a story called Hole, a place from one of the dark districts. In Hole, there is no rules that you can easily commit murder. The weak will lose, and the strong will rule. The story focuses on a man named Kaiman. He and his female friend, Nikaido, is on the way to find his lost identity. There are lots of killing and fighting scenes. Also, there is a magical ability for each character that adds to the epic battle in this anime. Number 7. Fire Force. The unusual firefighting anime still continues, set in the solar era in Tokyo, Japan. Shinra Kasukabe, a boy who has the power of fire in him, also known as the Devil's Leg. Shinra begins to join force with Special Fire Force 8 to destroy Infernals. Infernals themselves are the first generation of the fire control creature, which they couldn't control their strengths and went on a rampage. With the background of the Shinra who was uncovering the tragedy that happened to his family 12 years ago, finally Shinra joined the Special Force. Even though it has the theme of firefighters, David Production Studio, as the creator of this anime, is no kidding in making this anime. Not only the battles between characters that must be watched, but also the graphics shown in this anime are quite epic and a neat depiction of the city. Next, in number 6, we have Tower of God. Known from the webtoon comic adaptation, originating in Korea, it's rare for manhwa or Korean comics to be adapted into anime. The story begins with a young man called Yoru who is looking for a woman named Rachel. The goal is the very famous tower. According to the myth, that who can reach the top of the tower, all his wishes will come true. But to reach the top of it, you must pass through obstacles and challenges. On the way to climb it, Yoru is equipped with an heirloom weapon in the form of a legendary sword, which is said to be owned by a daughter named Jahat. Number 5. Mouga Queen no Futeki Gosha. Demon King may be a mandatory theme every year that should be in every anime release. In 2020, there is an anime that discusses a Demon King who is very dear to Miss. It started when the Demon King reincarnated thousands years ago named Arnos. Indeed, this one Demon Lord was slightly different from most Demon Lords. Because he was so tired of battles and started to hate the never-ending battles, he decides to reincarnate into the future and become a human and live in peace. But his journey to become a human is beyond common sense. Starting from when the baby, he can speak and has the remaining power of a Demon King. Starting from when he's still a baby, he can speak and has the remaining power of a Demon King within him. That makes his strength incomparable. Number 4. Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld 2nd Season. Anyone already knows that Sword Art Online anime based on the famous VR game with a pair of characters, Kirito and Asuna. In the course of the Underworld Season 2 series, this series still continues the previous series when fighting against the Dark Territory. This series still features a lot of battles and presents epic graphics. In the 3rd position, Dungeon ni Dewo Motomeru no Amichigateru Doruka 3, which is usually abbreviated as Danmachi. This anime series finally gets its 3rd newest sequel. Still the same as the main character of an adventurer named Belcranel with his first family friends. Don't forget the goddess Hastia. It's the same as the sequel to its predecessor, which focuses on the main character Belcranel, who always aspires to be the strongest knight in the dungeon. In its development, this season tells of Bel's meeting with the figure of a demon girl. Number 2. The God of High School. Entering the 2nd position, there is The God of High School, adapted from manhwa, Korean version of manga comic, focused on the God of High School martial art tournament, which consists of 3 different racial entities. Not only humans, which is the weakest race, but also the devil race and angels. Although to be the weakest, the human race has the power borrowed from the god in the form of Charyo. With this power, humans are able to match other races. And as a prize for the winner, any wish will be granted. The journey started with a boy named Jinmori, a 17-year-old specialist in Taekwondo martial arts, where he came from Korea. During the fight, he met Handewi, the karate expert, and Yumira as the swordsman, who in the end became a team. The graphic displayed may not be as good as the original Japanese manga anime, but the battle effects that are presented are very epic and interesting. Goes to the 1st position. There is Akudama Tribe. The background occurred when the Civil War broke out in Japan. Kansai and Kanto become different regions. The core of the story is centered on the Akudama. In the story, Akudama can be interpreted as a mercenary who moves in the shadows. One day, is a mysterious message calling some Akudama to save people from public execution. The graphics shown in this anime are very epic, which adds to this anime, which is a must-watch. Well, those are the top 10 list of the best action anime in 2020 that deserve to watch at home. Do you have your favorite anime on this list? If there is, write in the comment. Don't forget to like, to share, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys on the next video. Bye!